What's up everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Land. I hope you're having an absolutely great Friday because we are just now 19 days away into the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. And of course, as we get closer and closer each day, we'll be hyping up and getting excited for the inevitable amazing show. Probably one of the best Nintendo Directs of all time. So, what are we talking about today? Well, there's a lot of reason to believe that the Switch 2 is going to be apparently the biggest console release of all time. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on from insiders and stuff that they're talking about how big the Switch 2 is actually going to be. So we got to dive into all that and I got to give you my opinion. But before I dive in, of course, we have the question of the day. Today's question comes from Craft D Shield and states, how would you handle your content creation if somebody would send you an early unit of the Switch 2? Well, I don't really have a lot of experience with unboxing videos, like of a new console or hardware. A lot of people already do it anyway, so I kind of just move over to the games. I did actually do one for the original Switch when it first released. This was actually like one of my first videos on the channel and it was so long and so bad, but still, yeah, I would probably do something along those lines, but mostly I'm more interested in the games. So if they send me over a Switch, hopefully they also send me over a game like the new Mario Kart. I think that would be like my biggest dream come true for Nintendo, to actually send over like a copy of Mario Kart or 3D Mario, like one of their big first party games for me to talk about. And then I'd just play the heck out of that game before release. You know, I'd play the heck out of the game, start making content for it, start, you know, jotting notes and stuff down. It would be an exciting time. So honestly, yeah, that's probably what it would be. Just getting ready for, you know, video stuff and, you know, making reviews for games and getting ready for the big games. I'm more of a game person. I'm excited for the Switch 2 and what it can do, but I'm 99%, I think, excited for the games that are going to come to it, rather than the actual hardware and the specs and all that. But once again, if you guys want to get your hype comment featured in the next video, comment the word hype in all cap, followed by your comment. Thanks guys, and on to the video. So this information comes from Bloomberg, which normally has a lot of relation with Nintendo hardware and software partners, so their information is pretty accurate, and a lot of analysts are actually all jumping on board and all stating the same thing when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2, and this is actually really exciting, and they're all extremely positive, like extremely positive. Now the article itself comes from Nintendo Everything, and states, Bloomberg shared a report today which states that Switch 2 could become Nintendo's priciest machine to date, as analysts who regularly communicates with the company and its software and hardware partners anticipate a price tag of $400 or more. On top of that, there's the issue of how much Nintendo margins could be impacted by tariffs. Still, there's the sentiment that there's significant demand among consumers. Yizha Zai of UBS believes Nintendo Switch 2 will launch in June, with 6 to 8 million units available on the market. Robin Zhu of Sanford C. Bernstein seems to have similar views. To compare, Nintendo Switch sold 2.7 million units in its first month. The last two PlayStation launches came in at 4.5 million for their first quarter. So they're expecting for Switch 2 to sell 8 million units, 6 to 8 million, which would just be an absolute monstrous amount. Hiroshi Yamashima, an analyst at Macquarie Capital, believes the price will be between $400 and $450. Yamashita further anticipates sales of 20 million units in its first year on the market. Tokyo-based industry watcher Sirkin Toto states they will sell boatloads of Switch 2 in the first months in particular, almost regardless of the price. He also states we can expect a great software lineup in year one, from new Mario Kart and 3D Mario after 8 years to Pokemon Legends ZA and Metroid Prime 4. There will also be third-party support from day one, most probably including blockbusters like Call of Duty. So to sum all that up and wrap it up in a neat bow, Bloomberg is expecting around a price of $400 or more, and is expected for Switch 2 to be the biggest launch in game industry history. So I don't know if I should be like super excited about this, or is this going to be kind of like a you should have knocked on wood section, because like you remember when Nintendo was just getting bashed when the Switch got revealed by analysts and insiders, saying that this isn't going to sell well, that this is going to flop, that the Switch is going to fail, and it quickly became one of the biggest, most successful consoles of all time, and all the analysts were wrong. Now all the analysts are saying that the Switch 2 is going to be the biggest thing ever, and what if it's flopped again? What if it ends up being the worst thing ever? I'm not thinking that. Maybe it's just you know, it really is going to be that spectacular, and it all is going to be amazing. I have no clue which path that's going to take, but let's start diving into some of this real quick. So as far as the price, around $400 to $450 is something that we have been expecting. Like, there's no secret behind that. The original Switch was $300. The Switch OLED was $350. So it only makes sense for the Switch 2 to be around $400 to $450. That's just, you know, obvious stuff. Nowadays, you know, some of these bigger consoles like the PS5 and the Xbox Series, you're going to be paying around $500 plus, like especially if you want that PS5 Pro, which is like $700, almost $800 if you want the disc drive version. So this is still a really good deal, especially if the graphics are really bumped up. It's still a portable console that you can play at home. So if it has 4K graphics like the rumors are suggesting, like, it's well worth it in my opinion, especially with the amazing software lineup. And that is the thing I want to talk about now, because that to me is what's really going to make it the biggest console ever, is the launch lineup. And you know, Nintendo has been pushing this thing back, it seems like. It seems like there were multiple windows for the Switch 2 to be revealed and to be released even, and nothing ever happened. And to me, it feels like Nintendo is gathering the, you know, Avengers of the first party lineup to reveal for this Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. And I think, you know, immediately we'll be able to gauge how successful this console will be, not from the console itself, but from the games. Because let's face it, people are going to go out and buy this console because of that new 3D Mario, because they can only play that new Mario Kart on this new console. So that's going to be the main incentive for people to buy this thing. So they have to come out and absolutely wow us with the first party lineup. Now, the third party has to be big as well, but I don't think it's the biggest draw. Most people buy Nintendo consoles to play Nintendo games. So yes, it is going to have its audience, but people want to see those first party games for sure. That's going to be the main point. So I'll be honest with you, if all we got was Metroid Prime 4, Mario Kart, and a 3D Mario, I would be completely content. But still, when I'm looking at these reports saying how many consoles they're going to sell, how many copies, how big it's going to be, it makes me believe that there also has to be a lot of other games and surprises as well. Something big for Zelda, obviously not mainline, but something like a big remake or something of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, maybe even that Breath of the Wild 4K. If they really want to get that game out again, I guess they could do that. And maybe something else from other Nintendo IPs, maybe something from Kirby. You know, we've been hearing Planet Robobot is getting some type of remake or something. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what the entire software lineup is going to look like and how far they're going to go into the future. Like, are they going to be showing us games for 2026? Are they going to be showing games maybe even, you know, past that, like a big first look for something that's coming years later, like they did with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild and even Metroid Prime 4 before it restarted development? Like, remember, it's been since 2018, the end of 2018, but still around 2018 since we got the last Smash Brothers, and around 2019 since Luigi's Mansion 3 and Mario Maker 2. So like, there are a lot of franchises and IPs that it's almost time for, even Animal Crossing since 2020. So Nintendo has been cooking, and I can't wait to see what this Nintendo Direct's going to bring. But thankfully, we are just now under 3 weeks, 19 days away until this amazing show. I can't wait. Once again, I'll be hyping you guys up every single day, so make sure you leave a like and subscribe, turn on post notifications so that way I can help this wait go by quicker. I know for a lot of you it's probably extremely slow, but I'm here to make it a lot better, because we're almost there. We just have to hang in there a little while longer. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.